It's John the Bearberry once again with what's going on in the comic stores this week. So, hey again, everybody. Let's go ahead and we'll get right to what's going on at Big Red Comics this Wednesday. What's on sale? So let's start with the change of pace with statues. Okay, so this week we have in a beautiful Raven statue. Gorgeous Batman, the animated series statue right there. And also a really cool Spider-Gwen statue. So if you're interested in any of those at all, feel free to come on in and check them out. And moving over here for this week's Kids Comics. Woo! Starting with Adventure Time, Another Castle, Finding Dory, number 2. Frozen, yes, Frozen has a new number 1. So it takes place after the film, so it's the continuing stories of those characters. Disney Princess. Sonic has a new trade paperback out for all you Sonic fans. Sonic Universe. Space Battle Lunchtime, and SpongeBob. So that is for the kids section for this week. Moving on, let's check out this week's hardcovers and graphic novels, starting with Earth 1, Volume 2 of the Teen Titans. So it's an alternate Earth, basically, and their take on the Teen Titans. That's written by Jeff Lemire, so always worth picking up his stuff. Batman Superman, Volume 5 in hardcover. ROM! Yes, it's ROM, and it's not really technically a hardcover or trade. Let me show you what this is. If you look right here, you can see it looks like the spine of comics. That's because it is comics. So you get this cover, this cover, this cover, this cover, and you also get the 3D special cover that's only in the box set. So for all you ROM fans like me, that's the thing to get right now. Also, Bee and Puppy Cat decide to have a cookbook. So let's check it out, shall we? So there you go. There's one of the characters from Bee and Puppy Cat. And as you can see, there's recipes. There's little things like that in there. A little bit of artwork. There we go. So basically, if you're into Bee and Puppy Cat, that is for you. Okay, and moving on. Injection by Warren Ellis gets a second volume. Devolution. If you're not reading this, excellent book by Rick Remender. Please pick up the trade. Another great book, Voracious, finally gets a trade. Star Wars Darth Vader, I believe that's volume 2, I want to say. Let's see if I'm right. Volume 3, actually. Wow. Okay. So Darth Vader's up to volume 3. Deathstroke, Starve, Guardians of the Galaxy, Supergirl. Why the Last Man's on book 5 way down there, and that is the final one for Why the Last Man. Spidey, Invisible Republic. And for all you fans of Golden Age stuff, there's Golden Age Batman in stock. Whew. Quite a bit going on with the hardcovers and trades this week. But surprisingly, not really that busy a week for comics, as you'll soon find out. Normally, it's super crazy with the comics, especially the last, I'd say, like month or so. But for whatever reason this week, it's a fairly light week. So let's take a look, okay? Woo! Starting with Action Comics, both covers. Adventure Time, A-Force, that's a Civil War tie-in, folks. A-Force, the 50th anniversary Black Panther cover. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., also a Civil War II tie-in. All new X-Men. All-Star Batman. Yes, that is the big boy in the room this week. You have 1 cover, 2 cover, 3 cover, 4 covers, and the blank variant. I absolutely love this cover right here. And let me show you some interior artwork if I could. Let's back it up a little. This is some John Romita artwork on the book. Very nice. Very nice. I love it. Yeah, John Romita really came through on this. Very nice interiors. Also, moving on, Amazing Spider-Man, Dead No More. So let me tell you what's going on with Amazing Spider-Man. This is the book that's called Before Dead No More. You may want to pick this up. I have a feeling this is going to go to more than just one print. There could be 2 or 3 prints of this particular title. If you remember what happened to Spider-Man before it became Superior Spider-Man, I don't want to give away much, but that's what's going on with this book. So you may want to pick up Amazing Spider-Man this week because there's a lot going down with that title as of this very issue right here. Also, Amazing Spider-Man Tsum Tsum cover. I think that's how you say it. All new, all different Avengers Civil War II tie-in. And another Tsum Tsum cover. And yes, Kamala Khan fans, it's the all new, all different Avengers annual. And it's Kamala Khan fan fiction time. So these are stories about the Avengers. I love that Scotty Young cover. Based on Kamala Khan's fan fiction work. And the writing is done by G. Willow Wilson, Mark Waid, Chip Zdarsky, and others. It looks really, really fun. So speaking of fun, Archer and Armstrong, next stop, Clown Town. I've been plugging this book like crazy. If you haven't picked up Archer and Armstrong yet, you're missing out on a lot of fun. Army of Darkness, Furious Road, Birthright, Black Eyed Kids, and new from Image this week, The Black Monday Murders. I think this is going to be very, very popular, very, very hot. It's writer Jonathan Hickman's latest title. We stocked it deep. I believe in this book, so please come in and check it out. And it's pretty darn thick, too. You really get your money's worth for this first issue. Black Panther continues, and you get 1, 2, 3, 4 variants just for the heck of it. Why not? Also, Captain America Civil War II, or Captain Marvel, I should say, Civil War II tie-in issue. We are 2 weeks late on that due to the fact that we were shorted. Moving on, Civil War II tie-in, The Accused, which covers what happened in Civil War II issue 3 that I can't really talk about if you haven't read it. But there's a reason it's called The Accused. I can't really say much other than if you are reading it, you'll want to pick up that particular book for sure. So if you're reading Civil War II and you read number 3, you'll want to pick up The Accused, and that's all I can really say without giving out too much information. Anyway, second row starts with Daredevil, Deadpool, The Mercs for Money, Deathstroke, both covers there, Detective, both covers again, Doctor Who, and yes, Doctor Who fans, as always, we have that cover, and that cover. So whatever alternate covers they offer, I usually try to pick them up for us Doctor Who fans. There you go. Earth 2 Society, the Ultra Humanite shows up. Empress continues, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. The Fix gets a second print of number 4, so don't be fooled. That's a second print on number 4. Flash Rebirth continues. The Flintstones, which I really love the first issue, that's back out again, second issue. Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps continue. Harrow County, one of the best scary books out there. Haunted Mansion number 1, if you missed it the first time, this is the third printing. Please get on it. Do not miss it. Hillbilly, let me turn this around. Hillbilly is a book by Eric Powell, so all you Goon fans, this is the book for you. And it also features appearance by one of the characters from Goon, the Buzzard. So don't miss out. Anyway, let's get back to it. Woo! With House of Penance, Invader Zim, Jeff Steinberg. Yes, that's right, folks. As you remember from last week, we are having Mr. Tony Fleeson this Wednesday. So tomorrow from 6 to 9, because I'm filming this Tuesday night. Tomorrow he'll be in from 6 to 9 to sign copies of Jeff Steinberg, Champion of Earth. So come on in, meet Tony, and have a blast. King's Quest continues. Labyrinth special 30th anniversary book. Awesome. Lone Ranger and Green Hornet. Lumberjanes. There's both covers on that. Okay. And, I should say Lumberjanes Gotham Academy, by the way. My bad. It's the team-up book. And so far it's been pretty darn good. Anyway, Third Shelf. Mad Magazine. New Superman, which everybody seems to be enjoying. People weren't sure about this title at first, but it's gotten a lot of thumbs up. Ninjak Norman, let me pull that out a little bit so you can see that. That's an interesting title. Neverland, which is about what if Peter Pan kind of grew up a bit and was modern day. So if you're a Peter Pan fan, that's the book for you. Old Man Logan Tsum Tsum variant, Prometheus, Providence, Puppet Master, and The Pushover. So we stop right here on The Pushover because, let me flip it around. This right here, sorry, I'm going sideways. This is what we call a small press book. Every now and again, we like to give artists that are just starting out with their books a little bit of love. So I met this artist, Jean Marie, over the weekend at Super Toy Con in Las Vegas. It's an autobiographical book, and I kind of liked it enough that I kind of took it under my wing. And I thought you guys might dig it, and you guys might want to check it out as well. So this is The Pushover. It's offered here at Big Red Comics. So come on in and buy it and make young artist writers' hopes and dreams come true just by simply buying their book, which I think is always really cool. Hey, it can't be Marvel and DC all the time, guys. So try something different. Thanks. Anyway, having said that, moving on. Red Hood and the Outlaws. There's that pesky ROM again with all those variant covers. Scarlet Witch, Sherlock, A Study in Pink, $6 Million Man, Fall of Man, which really, that first issue surprised me quite good. Speaking of things that should be surprisingly good, Sons of Anarchy, Redwood Original. This is all about Jax when he was much, much younger, and it talks about his father and some background on Clay as well. So, Sons of Anarchy fans, do not pass this up. Well worth your time. Moving on, Spider-Man 2099 Civil War II, Spider-Man Deadpool Black Panther variant, Stargate Atlantis, Star Wars Darth Vader action figure variant, and Suicide Squad, for those of you that haven't seen it. There's the El Diablo Boomerang book about those two characters. Superwoman! And as you can see, Superwoman is Lois Lane herself. What's going on? Hey, read the book. Vampirella, Van Helsing versus Frankenstein, Vision, Wonderland's 50th book, and finally we wrap it up with good old Wonder Woman. Woo! That is a lot of titles this week, but not nearly as many as there has been. So thank goodness we got a little bit of a breather this week, guys. Anyway, real quick, saw Suicide Squad this weekend. Not as bad as I was led to believe. Not as great as, say, Deadpool or Civil War or my favorite, Captain America Winter Soldier. But, you have some popcorn, you have some soda, kind of turn your brain off a little bit, and watch some actors having fun with Harley Quinn and Deadshot, and it's not so bad. Anyway, that's a wrap for this week. I gotta go. And I just want to say, this is John Barry, and remember, as always, comics are awesome, and so are you. So take care, everybody, and we'll catch you next week. Thanks.